Welcome back, once again adventurers, to Let's Play Biohazard Real Survival. In the last episode, Jill found Barry on the balcony of the second floor, examining the body of yet another fallen member of the Bravo team, Forrest Spire, and handed Jill the weapon of Forrest, which just so happens to be the bazooka, or otherwise known as the grenade launcher. And now Jill is continuing her sweep of the first floor, and we were about to head into this room here. Also in the previous episode we found what appears to be a way out of the mansion. This appears to be a rather ornate room with ominous sounds. The title is Give Me Peaceful Sleep. I prefer the other title of From Cradle to Grave myself, but I'm not playing the director's cut version. And there is a source of noise. Room filled with crows and paintings. Of course, it goes without saying that these crows, these particular crows weren't the ones that killed Forrest Spire, given that they are in this room for some reason. But, it's actually, yeah. These crows in particular, I think, are pretty dangerous when they all flock together, and, yeah, don't want to disturb them. But, there are all these paintings here, and picture of a tired middle-aged man. There's a switch below. We push it. Not sure if I should. I'll leave that for now. This one's a, if I can examine it, picture of a newborn baby. And there's a switch, but I'm not going to push it. I've got a few crows in this room. They don't seem to be hostile just yet, and there are a few other paintings. There is one down here. There's a message. Give me the peace of death, and I'll give you the joy, the joy of life, because I'm replaying this again. I've played this far too many times, actually, in the past. There's a switch below. Will you push it? We shall. And that sets off the crows. Yeah, getting the puzzle wrong clearly sets off whatever. Ooh, there's a crow. And there's more crows, if memory serves. Oh, that's bad. That is bad. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, so, the lights that the crows are nesting on is not necessarily for show, and that brought me down to caution. That's unfortunate. Of course, yeah, the crows seem to have settled for now. Yeah, the solution to this particular puzzle, if you can call it that, is fairly straightforward. And don't remember this first, the first and last paintings that I just examined. This one is Give Me Peaceful Sleep, and it's the only one that doesn't have switches. And that message, give me the peace of death, and I'll give you the joy of life. Remember what I said about the alternate title, From Cradle to Grave? Well, the solution to this puzzle, we basically have to go through the life cycle. If those other paintings are to be believed, that one of the bearers of a tired middle-aged man, so that is clearly not the next puzzle in the chain, as it were. Yeah, those lights are, they're not just for show. Also, I doubt that firing a weapon in here will be remotely a good idea, the slightest. picture of an infant. There's a switch, which we are going to press. Now, the next oldest is Lively Boy. We'll press that switch. Fairly straightforward puzzle, this one. What about this one over here? A picture of a young man. There's a switch below. We'll push it. I can't believe those crows actually brought me to caution. That's, yeah. And there's the middle-aged man. Press this switch, and then finally, we should have the portrait of an old man somewhere down near the end, because it's, I think it's the only portrait that remains in this room. Conveniently placed next to the very last portrait. And now, we'll go back to this portrait here, and we'll have solved the puzzle properly this time, so hopefully the crows won't go berserk and attack us again. And we have solved the puzzle, which causes the painting to fall to the ground. Also, I wonder why that sound of the painting clattering to the floor didn't set off the crows, but I'll take what I can get. It seems that we've been rewarded for our trouble with a star crest, which fairly useful because we now run in this room. And ominous music playing in a room full of ominous crows. By the way, this music in the Biohazard demo of 1996, this was actually the main theme of the mansion. A very straightforward theme there. I actually prefer the final melody, The Night Begins, on the first floor of the mansion, over that theme. But it is somewhat terrifying. But we have one of the 4 crests, which I am definitely going to put to use right away, because that means don't have to store it away in the item box. Though we will have to search for the other 3. Make that we still have to search for the other 3. 1 down, 3 more to go. It tells me that the other 3 aren't going to be quite so conveniently placed, which is never a good sign. But then again, this is Biohazard. What are you expecting if items aren't being concealed in obscure places? Well, the only way forward is upstairs. But let's go back to the item room, the save room down here briefly, and just check the item box. Going to examine one of these herbs down here, one of the 2 herbs that we've picked up. See what Jill has to say about it. It's a local herb. Apparently it's you might take the other one just in case. You might find a use, or find something that hopefully explains these particular herbs. If they... Anyway, we're going upstairs, which is no doubt less than 3 of certain dangers. There is another ghoulish zombie over there. There is a zombie over there. Oh, you're behind us. Oh, run forward! Oh god! Oh. Gonna go in this door. Doorknob is broken. Can't go that way. And I'm on danger. Hate to do this, but I'm using a first aid. That door is locked, so, and this one is unlocked from this side. There is a zombie right next to us, but we're going to run into this room for the time being. And a quite little study here, which is fairly... The decor is actually pretty impressive, I must say. And there is something on this desk here. Green book. Botany book about medicinal herbs. As you may know, there are many plants that have medical effects, although medicinal is probably also as good a word as any. Since ancient times, humans have been healing wounds and diseases using various plants. In this book, we are going to sample 3 herbs that grow around the Raccoon Mountains, or rather the Raccoon Forest and the Arklay Mountains, and give outlines as to examples of those plants with medical properties. Properties? Sorry, I'm having trouble narrating here. Each herb has different colors and effects as medicinal plants instead of medical plants. The green one recovers physical strength, the blue one neutralizes natural toxins, while the red herb does not have any effect by itself. The red herb is only effective when mixed with other herbs. For example, if you mix this herb with the green herb that recovers physical strength, the recovery effect will be tripled. By adjusting the amount and experimenting with these 3 herbs, you can create various kinds of medicines. But I'll leave the details in your hands, because that's the best way to acquire true knowledge. Indeed it is, and the botany book has been filed. Is there anything else in this room? Probably not. I think the botany book was really the only thing we wanted from here. So we know, well, of course we knew what the herbs were, unless we've been living under a rock, but for new players, newcomers to the world of Biohazard, they might not know what the herb is used for. They might inadvertently use the herb, and discover that it restores Jill's vitality, which basically means that I wasted a first aid spray for nothing, but yeah, I was in danger there for a second, so the first aid spray basically restores Jill's vitality to full, which is incredibly useful. And I definitely didn't want to waste explosive grenade rounds on zombies. We still have some. And why did I go out this way? Because that doorknob is still broken. We can go out that way, but we can't go back in that way, which is Oh, fire, and step away. I think that's a pool of blood. I think I can safely say that that zombie has been put to rest. There's a door over here. It's locked with carving of an armor. We still don't have that key. And shuffling sounds of another zombie from down the hall over there. Distance. But no, he was just pretending. This red carpet, and I wasted a bullet there. This red carpet is very good at concealing bloodstains, although to be honest, I'm actually not sure entirely why zombies would bleed per se. suppose we could go back and explore a little bit of the rest of the second floor before we move on to the other side of the mansion, which, given the fact that all the doors downstairs are locked on that side, the only way to get to there is most definitely via the second floor. And still no sign of Chris and Wesker. Hopefully Barry will eventually get himself together and continue his explorations, and this door is also locked with an armor lock. And the fact that we haven't been bitten by another zombie hiding behind the corner means that there isn't one, fortunately. And this door is not locked, surprisingly enough. This appears to be another room, well, an empty room to say the least, except for this conveniently placed herb, which is fairly useful. So we'll take it. 3 herbs. Wood is put in the stove. Paper is on the wall. Going to need something for that fireplace at some point, but we don't have that. And this door is locked with a helmet lock. Ominous ambience. The ambience of silence. We still have to, even if we find the other members of Bravo Team, we still have to fulfill our original mission and see how this all ties together to the Arkland murders in Raccoon City. Which is essentially our main priority, other than making sure that the surviving Bravo members are alright. But given the fact that we've had 2 casualties thus far, not to mention a casualty in the form of Joseph Frost from the Alpha Team, who, by the way, was actually a member of the Bravo Team before being transferred prior to the events that we are in now. Yeah, so that's 3 casualties, and more besides. Oh. And another zombie down here. I wonder why, yeah, I thought so. Wonder why I didn't see them beforehand. And conveniently reloading, just in case. And there's another zombie over there. Actually, yeah, I'm actually surprised that we didn't see the zombies just yet. But, well, we're doing alright as far as our inventory is concerned. You know what, I actually think I'm going to call this a episode here. I know it's shorter than my usual episode quota. I like to usually have my Let's Play episodes somewhere between 20 and 40 minutes, although I will occasionally have the shorter episode just in case. Kind of as a precaution more than anything, to make sure that the Let's Play goes smoothly. So, for the time being, I'm going to end the episode here. And when we return, adventurers, we shall depart from the dining room balcony and make our way down to the other side of the first floor of the mansion. As always, adventurers, until next we meet.